When WWE started calling Edge vs. Randy Orton the greatest wrestling match ever, everyone was left scratching their heads. You might be laughing, but this has proven to be an incredibly smart move on WWE's end. Allow me to explain. So about a month after their WrestleMania match, Randy Orton challenged Edge to a rematch, but the line that caught everyone's attention was this.
Well, gentlemen, if this does happen, it may just be the greatest wrestling match ever.
While I'm sure everyone can agree that Edge and Orton are good wrestlers, the idea of them having the greatest wrestling match in history seems kind of far-fetched. Even Edge, the man in the quote, greatest wrestling match ever, thought it was a joke. But that hasn't stopped WWE. They've jumped all over the slogan, plastering it on their social media and website, and yet no one seems to be buying it.
I don't think in any universe could Edge and Orton be the greatest wrestling match ever.
Edge has wrestled once in 9 years. Randy Orton is 80% boring. They're not gonna have the greatest wrestling match ever.
Is it just to laugh at dirt sheets and internet fans who always debate what's the best match ever?
So then, why does WWE insist on calling Edge vs. Orton the greatest wrestling match? Well, it's not to get people to watch the pay-per-view, and it's not to get back at the people who hated their match at WrestleMania 36. No. WWE has a much bigger plan, and they've already succeeded. First, let me ask you this. What is the greatest wrestling match ever? That's a highly debated topic, and if you're looking for recommendations, you can do a Google search to find tons of articles listing the best matches of all time. While WWE has had some fantastic bouts, you're bound to see plenty of non-WWE matches as well. Of course, WWE would prefer to be the only one listed when someone is looking for online suggestions, and that's what they're doing. By calling Edge vs. Randy Orton the greatest wrestling match ever, they've been able to position themselves as the company with the best wrestling in the world. To prove it, let's see what pops up when I search what is the greatest wrestling match ever. Right away, on the first page of results, there are multiple articles on a match that hasn't even aired yet. Considering that 75% of people never scroll past the first page of search results, this is what the majority of users are getting when they're looking for the greatest wrestling match ever. That's right, no Kenny Omega vs Okada or Young Bucks vs Page and Omega, it's Edge vs Randy Orton at Backlash. Of course, WWE has had some help. Tons of other websites are talking about Edge vs Randy Orton, and since WWE has been pushing the phrase, the greatest wrestling match, people are including it in their news articles and blog posts. This is helping fill search results for the greatest wrestling match with Edge vs Randy Orton, and this was WWE's goal the whole time, to make themselves the first result for the best wrestling in the world. So while we are all debating whether or not Edge and Randy Orton will truly be the greatest wrestling match, WWE was actually doing that without us even realizing it. Well, most of us anyways. Massive shout out to Tom Collahue, who did a great video on this topic. I can't take any credit for figuring all of this out, so I highly recommend giving him a watch to learn more about how WWE is taking over Google. Also, if you're watching this before Backlash, leave a comment if you believe Orton vs Edge will be the greatest match ever. And if you're watching after Backlash, let me know if it was. Until next time, I'm Zach from Tap Out Corner, and take it easy.